Hey, I'm Sapphire.
Want to hear something scary? Family first. The following story is inspired by a submission from Colin. It was a cool autumn evening in 1956. John, a middle-aged father, was sitting in the living room on his favorite brand new leather chair, reading the newspaper. As he finished a section, he handed it to his 7-year-old daughter sitting on the ground near him, who was cutting out paper dolls. The peace and quiet was interrupted by the doorbell. Who could that be at such a late hour? John wondered. He opened the door to find a handsome young man in a suit, carrying a briefcase and smiling widely. "Good evening. I hate to bother you at such an odd hour," the man said, his voice warm and inviting. "But my car doesn't seem to be in working order, and I was wondering if I could borrow your phone to call for assistance." John scanned the stranger up and down. "And what brings you to our neighborhood?" "Oh, pardon my manners." The stranger handed him a business card that said "Family First" in big letters. "The name's Robert. I sell life insurance." As John inspected the business card, his wife Lauren appeared behind him. "Why don't you come in and out of the cold? You are more than welcome to use our phone, but you have to stay for dinner first, and I won't take no for an answer." She motioned for Robert to come inside while John stared daggers at her. Lauren offered the new leather chair for Robert to sit in while she finished up dinner. Robert commented on how nice the new leather felt. He then proceeded to explain the types of policies he sold and how they're ideal for families. "This world is full of the unexpected," Robert said. "Don't you want your family to be protected in case something happened to you?" John still wasn't comfortable with this man in their house, and before he could even respond to Robert's question, he noticed a shift in Robert's expression. Robert was looking at the newspaper headline that the young girl was cutting up. It read, "Missing insurance salesman still not found," and the rest was cut out. John looked back at Robert, whose once confident posture had devolved into trembling nervousness. "You know, I should probably get out of your hair," Robert said as he stood up to leave. "I'm gonna get going." "What about the phone?" John said bitingly. Just then, Lauren burst through the room to announce that dinner was ready. Robert continued to politely decline, but Lauren sat him down at the dinner table with the rest of the family. Realizing he didn't have much choice, Robert began to dive into the roast placed in front of him. And it was delicious, so tender and juicy, unlike anything he'd ever had. He washed it down with a swig of red wine and gave his compliments to the chef. As he put the drink back down, he saw that the girl was staring at him. Her lips were now turned upright into a mischievous smile. She covered her mouth, suppressing her giggles. Robert wondered what it was that she found so funny. Then his vision began to blur. His hearing began to fade in and out. He could faintly make out John and Lauren's hushed voices.
"I'm sorry I didn't consult you first, John, but you know how much I love salesmen. The young and ambitious ones are always the tastiest." "It's okay, dear. It worked out anyway. I think he was beginning to catch on to us."
In his state of increasing confusion, Robert made a realization. He realized what happened to the missing salesman in the headline, realized why that leather chair felt so new, realized what it was in his drink, and realized who he had just eaten. Robert wanted to be in the business of helping families from the unexpected. Unfortunately, he wasn't prepared for this family who would be helping themselves to him.